What's up, guys? Welcome back to JSig Poker, where I give you guys tips, tricks, and strategies for both no limit and PLO cash games. Here I'm going to go over Rampage's recent session where he won a $473,000 pot versus Nick Airball. I'm going to go through both of the hands here. Let's get into it. Alright, so first hand is pretty hilarious. We get Francisco limping in with Ace-King offsuit. Dylan ISOs from the small blind to 600 with Ace-6 of hearts. Rampage goes ahead and re-raises his Rampage hand 7-8 suited. And Nick Airball, on a probably $1 million plus downswing as well, decides to 4-bet small to 7,000. Now, if you're going to 4-bet here, I would prefer to do it much bigger, like, I don't know, 9, 10,000, something that's actually going to get you some fold equity, especially because you only have 5 deuce of spades. You really want to get a lot of folds pre-flop, just because a lot of flops, turns, and rivers are going to be terrible for you. But let's see what happens. Francisco now left with the decision. What does he want to do? He's got a couple of options. Folding is not one of them, in my opinion, especially with Rampage and Nick Airball 3-bet, 4-betting him. If I was in his shoes and I'm going to limp in here, I would limp to re-raise to probably around 22 to 23,000, committing my stack, and then just getting it on pretty much any board. If you flat here, you're out of position versus two extremely aggressive players, Rampage and Nick Airball. And they obviously are going to be aggressive post-flop, so you're going to be left in a position where you're going to be outplayed, especially with Francisco Image. He's really tight. He's like one of the tightest players on the Hustler stream. But he decides to make the call. Flop comes 4-8-5. Nick Airball flops mid-pair. He decides to check. Yeah, don't mind it at all. I would honestly just prefer to c-bet range. You know, if you're going to cold 4-bet, it doesn't really make sense because, I mean, what is what is Francisco cold calling a 4-bet with, right? Probably not pocket 5s, 4s, or pocket 8s. But the turn goes check, check. River comes a king. Francisco River is top with the king of hearts, and Nick Airball jams for over 3x pot. Wow. This line does not really make any sense at all. The only thing I could potentially see him doing with is like ace 4 of hearts or like pocket 10s. It doesn't make any sense. Right, you guys? I mean, can you guys tell me a hand that he would do this with? 4-bet, cold 4-bet, check, check, and then rip 5x. It just looks like a bluff to me. And I feel like he's just doing this purely as an exploit because we all know Francisco is really, really tight. We all know he would fold a lot of one-pair hands to a 3x pot bet on this river. And that's what Francisco is contemplating here. And if you're Francisco, versus a lot of players, this can definitely be a fold. But versus Nick Airball, who we've seen use massive overbets on rivers with air the majority of the time, this is going to be a slam dunk call in my opinion, and a sigh if you lose. All right, but I'm not going to go all in with the tanking here. We all know Francisco's a nit, right? Yeah, he takes like 3 minutes. And eventually he does make the fold. Yeah. And Nick Airball just shows the 5 deuce of spades. But yeah, it's only because of Francisco he made that move, you guys. Anyone else, Rampage, he probably does not do that. I'm surprised Rampage folded with 7-8 of spades there. I would have called. But let's get to the real hand of the night. We get Tom raising to $900 with Jack 9 of hearts. Like it. Let's go into the next hand here. All right, yeah, we got Tom raising under the... Oops, nope. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. We get Dr. P raising to 300 with pocket queens from the hijack. Rampage upswing time. Let's go. Pocket kings, 3 bets to 1,200. Money spot with kings on the button. Nick Airball in the small blind with ace king offsuit. This is an absolute setup, especially because Dr. P only has 25K behind. If he jams and Rampage just flats, Nick Airball could easily just jam all in here, and Rampage could win a monster pot.
For Nick Airball, 3 huge hands. Look out. Nick Airball just calls.
Nick Airball just calls with ace king offsuit. I do like it. I don't really see a point. I mean, I don't mind cold 4-betting as well. I would prefer to cold 4-bet bluffs here, right? Polarized, so I'd rather go aces, kings, queens, or just bluffs. But yeah, he does make the call, and Dr. P, understandably so, rips it in with pocket queens, facing Rampage, who is an aggressive 3-better, like I just said. This is a cooler for Dr. P, in my opinion. Rampage does make the call. I like it. I don't like re-raising and blowing Nick Airball off of his hand. We've all seen Nick Airball do some crazy stuff. If we call, Nick Airball can go all in, and he does. He does 5-bet rip. Rampage is a big favorite in this hand with pocket king. This is a $473,475 pot. And I don't know if you guys saw Rampage's recent podcast with Nick Vertucci. Basically, he said that he has almost 90% of himself or 100% of himself in these cast games. And if he loses the next few, he's probably going to be busto. This is insane. After hearing that, Rampage is an absolute degenerate, dude. Like, he is epic. But he is in for $223,000 here. He does not even care. He's gotten to that level to where money is just nothing. But yeah, they are all in here. This is so crazy, man. Just hearing about Rampage's story. You guys got to watch that. But, you know, basically he goes over how he's on near a $1 million downswing. He doesn't vlog as much because Hustler Casino, basically what they're doing is they're putting out 1 million videos, and he's apparently, Rampage says that it's blocking some views going towards his channel. And also his numbers have tanked a little bit or has gotten stagnant. One reason why, maybe he just hasn't changed or adjusted you know, his YouTube channel, right? You gotta, you know, as times evolve and people evolve, you gotta start to evolve your content. But that being said, you know, he said his main source of income has been the Hustler streams. It's hard for him to play anything else like 1, 2, 5, 10, 10, 20 because he's playing for $1 million, and it just doesn't excite him anymore. But we have seen him play 5, 10, 10, 20 about a week ago, maybe changing his mind at Commerce. But let's go ahead and run it twice here. Yeah, Rampage is looking good. He's about to win a $473,000 pot. I mean, if he does have another upswing, especially in these types of lineups with Nick Airball, he can easily win millions of dollars. Easily. Within a handful of sessions. So I'm not too worried about Rampage. He's got another source of income, right? He's got the apps. He's got his YouTube channels. I'm sure he's got people can stake him anytime he wants. All right, you guys, but he does scoop a $473,000 pot. Nick Airball continues to go down. Where does he get all his money? Who knows? But you guys, if you guys want to play in a really nice app, Club GG app, they got anywhere from 25-cent, 50-cent PLO to no limit. All right, I'm already up over $1,000 on there. All right, it's a bunch of fun players, great action all day. I got another friend, he's up 20 grand in the last like 3 weeks. So hit me up at Instagram at Acoustic Shredder and I will get you in. No cash out fees, nothing like that. All right, so until the next video, peace out, you guys, and have a good one.